What's up? What's up? What's up? Who we got in the building? We got in the building. It's been a while. Been a while. Been a while. Who we got in the live stream? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. What's up, Ham? Hammy Dot, what's up, bro? What's up? Yeah, it's been a while. Been a while. Been a while since I've been doing on YouTube. Been doing YouTube. It's been a while. Pretty much been locked in with my personal trading and mentoring other people. So that's where I've been. So that's where a lot of my time been dedicated to. How are you doing though? How's everybody doing? There's a lot that has been going on lately as well. I mean, we're starting the year off strong with a lot of geopolitical events. In the meanwhile, everybody lost all their money in my near with crypto trading. Now, Ham, when you say everybody, what do you mean everybody? When you say crypto trading, you mean leverage trading, or are you just talking about just holding the asset? High on speed. You say right on time. And you just when things about to get spicy. Yep. On time, bro. On time. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I've been doing well. If y'all been looking for me, man, or I know y'all haven't been looking for me, but if you've been curious where I've been pretty much mentoring a few of my students. And I've also been developing my skill set. So since I've been off YouTube and now that I'm pretty much live streaming right now, I have grown and developed my skill in ways that you couldn't even believe. So I'm just popping up, seeing who all is interested still, and just to talk about the markets and crypto. I've been going since like at least 2 months, and crypto apparently has gone down, but that's okay because we've been finding other ways to make money, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. Ham, you said leverage. Yes, nobody knew 2025 was closing so bad. Ham, when you say nobody knew, I pretty much knew. I knew what was going on because I've been for the longest been trying to show people that these markets are 100% manipulated and they're 100% rigged, and there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be like fearful of. You just gotta develop a different mindset and a different strategy when it comes to these markets. And that's what I pretty much been doing for the past few months with my community. I was in here telling people to join the Discord and join the Discord, and people joined. And the ones that were committed, I committed my time to them, and I've been showing them concepts and techniques on how these markets are really operating. So there's more opportunities outside of just crypto. All right, but crypto is still a thing. We're gonna get into it though. We're gonna get into it. What's up, Ryan? What's up? Yeah, man, been a minute. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you joining. I would be cammed up right now, but damn, I'll try to. I haven't used my webcam in so long. My damn what is it called? The USB. My USB connected to my webcam is malfunction, so I'm gonna have to get a new webcam. But it's all good. Y'all don't need to see me to get the concepts and understand what I'm trying to show y'all. So what I want to know is, what's the sentiment like for crypto, man? How have y'all been as far as crypto is concerned? Like, I mean, what's your outlook on the market going into 2025? I see a lot of people predictions didn't come true. What the $100 XRP that didn't come to fruition? Was y'all betting on $100 XRP? Y'all let me know in the chat. Was y'all betting on $100 XRP? Was you on that side of the spectrum? Some people still got it going to 10,000. What y'all think? Shep, you said just being patient. Man, at some point, patience is gonna wear thin. Y'all been patient for a long time. Y'all been patient for a long time. Who been in this space since 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 2026? We talking about still being patient. Now, eventually, yes, in time, things will happen. But in the meantime, there's opportunities every day to make tremendous amount of money. Nico, what's up, Nico? Wasn't betting on it, but would have been lovely. Ryan, you said holding it down. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. All right, let's look. Because I'm all over the place, man. As y'all know, we've been having, so today we're going into Monday. It's already Monday in Asia. So we just had a geopolitical event over the weekend. Nobody knows when those events are going to happen, but those events do have direct impact on the markets. I think what happened overseas in South America, I think that's going to be strong for the US dollar. It's going to be strength for the dollar unless something else just pops out of nowhere. But us doing what we do geopolitically, that's going to be strong on the dollar. So whenever we're strong on the dollar, we can see lower prices on assets. Ryan said no, $100, but thought maybe between 5 to 10. Yep, things change quickly. Matter of fact, man, let's come over here, slide over here for y'all, man. For y'all, let's go look at XRP. All right, let me go to my YouTube channel. Let's see the last time I went live. 1 second. Let's go to YouTube. I just want to see the last time I went live so I can get some, see how long it's been. I'm going to walk you back to the charts. That's what I'm going to do live. So my last live stream was, crypto concern was, I would say 2 months ago. 2 months ago. So I'm going to walk y'all back 2 months for XRP. You said like October. Yeah, man, it's been a while. You said oil went down. Yeah. So let's go back to October. I'm going to go back to October right here. All right. So back in October, this candle right here began that first week of October. I would say that's around, let's say there. That's when the last time I went live. Ever since then, the market has been in a downtrend. It's been going down lower. As you can see, it's been going lower. And we're at discount levels, all right? We're at discounts. So during this whole time since October, I've been locked in. I've been going through a lot of phases in my growth as a trader, as an analyst. So my development, I had to get off of YouTube so I can focus on developing my craft and my skills. So sometimes you gotta, when you want to learn how to do this, sometimes you gotta isolate yourself. You gotta like remove yourself from everybody. In the meantime, I was helping other people develop their skills. So I got people right now making amazing amounts of money because I've been mentoring them. So Definitely a skill that you want to develop. I'll go more into it here shortly, but definitely a skill set that you want to develop. But in the meantime, I have not been focused on crypto because I already see, okay, what's going on. I already know what's going on. So I have not been focused on crypto. I'm still locked in. Don't get it twisted. I'm still locked in on crypto, but uh my mindset now is more short term and day trading. That's just my mindset at the moment. I don't really need, I'll explain more later, but right now my mindset is short term, meaning I'm willing to hold positions for a few days at a time, or day trading where I'm in and out the markets every day. And you can do this in pretty much any market. And that's a skill that is very invaluable once you learn it. Whenever you develop that type of skill set, you're not worried about being patient, long term, months, etc., long term investing, all that. I got now XRP. This is one of my rare few long. I got silver, gold, XRP as long term investments. Other than that, everything else I could care less. Everything else, I'm short term minded with it. I don't really care about holding it months and years at a time. All right, so since October, XRP is going lower. What's up, Lenny? Shout out to you, Lenny. Yeah, man, Lenny is one of my students, and he's one of the people that, you know, if you want to ask any questions about learning this skill, that's the person you go to. But shout out to y'all, man. Let me go out right quick. Let's go out to the 3 month. So I haven't been live since October. Haven't been live since October. And I want to say like January of last year, I highlighted something for y'all. Who remembers what I highlighted? If you remember, I don't know who all remembers or who been here the longest, but I highlighted something for y'all way back in, I want to say January, February time. And this is a 3 month time frame. So this time frame is a long-term chart. Long-term. And who remembers this right here? Let's get some participation going. Who remembers this area in the market right here? What is this called? What is this called? If you're in the mentorship, just don't say nothing. Just let's see who all remembers. What is this? What is this area in price? I have it shaded orange. And I have it outlined in a certain way. Yep. It's a Bissy, fair value gap. What's up, Ryan Shep? Yep. So y'all remember, man, it's been a while. So y'all took 2 months. So what have y'all been doing? Have y'all been doing your own charting? Have you been doing some analysis in the past? You know, on your own, have y'all been charting and still applying this? Or is this just still fresh on your mind? Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna move on. So yeah, this is a fair value gap on the 3 month time frame. So look how long. So each one of these candles on the 3 month time frame represents 3 months, right? So we just began the top of the year. Shep, you said you've been watching other tradings, learning charts. What's up, Nico? Fair value gap. All right, man. Shep, has anybody else been talking about fair value gaps and all stuff, things of that nature? Have they been talking about it, or has it been something else? But yeah, this is a 3 month fair value gap. All right. So I highlighted this. I can go back on my live streams. Everything on my channel is documented. I've been highlighting this since I want to say December of 2024. December of 2024. Once we went into January, in January 2025, I was highlighting this area in price. Okay, Shep. Okay. So yeah, I've been highlighting this area in price for XRP since January. All right. So we're still utilizing this a year later. So January 2025 to January 2026, we haven't even done much, right? But order flow is still bullish. We're still in a bullish market. Okay, Shep. Okay. Yeah, man. Hey. It's hey Shep, I'm gonna tell you it's levels to it. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it's levels to it. Some people can talk it, but they gotta prove it. And if they've been proving it, shout out to them. All right, there's levels to it. This is just basic shit, to be honest. But we haven't left this 3-month fair value gap for an entire year. And we recently just closed the year by going down inside of it and offer discount. So in the meantime, all right, let's go down to a monthly. In the meantime, did anybody take advantage back in October, or did y'all panic? Did y'all take advantage or did y'all panic back in October? Because price went down to about 137, all right, to offer discount. It also took out orders in the market. So smart money, institutional capital had orders stacked down here at discount. And this is where they accumulated at. Now we just opened up the first quarter of 2025. We just started the first quarter of 2025. Now it takes 3-month candles to complete 1 year. 4 3-month candles to complete 1 year. And you can already see we're out the gate. We're rallying up. I'm not going to get into too much detail. I'm just giving macro tonight. I'm not going to go in, I got to save my energy, to be honest. I don't feel like getting into like every little mechanical detail about where is price trying to go right now. Y'all tell me, where do y'all think price is trying to go? Nico, you said you definitely didn't panic. Okay, but did you accumulate? Because guess what? People definitely complain and panic, and I know why people are panicking and complaining, because people put their all and everything. They invested everything into this, which you should never do that, okay? You should never do that. I know a lot of people still hoping for a $10,000 XRP, but I'm just of the opinion that if you can, if you need to pay yourself something, pay yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you've been sitting in this for years, it doesn't hurt to pay yourself something, and don't let nobody discourage you from that. Not saying sell everything you got. I'm just saying, hey man, this is some life-changing money. It can help me right now in my life. That's all I'm saying. Because guess what? I remember when price, let's go down to like a daily. Let's go down to the daily. All right. So y'all tell me in the chat. So let me find the all-time high, which was right here. So we created an all-time high, an old all-time high back in January 2025, right here. January of 2025, we created an all-time high. I'm gonna highlight it blue right there. Anybody know what this high represents? Y'all tell me in the chat. What does this high represent? What does this high right here represent in the market? What does that high represent for XRP? Anybody? Shep, you say resistance? Lenny, buy side liquidity. Shout out to Lenny, man. So Shep, let me help you out. That high right there, that is called buy side liquidity. All right. Above old highs and below old lows is where smart money leaves their orders in the market. So this is what long-term investors, this is what people like Jake and everybody out there that y'all watch in crypto space and whatever, Twitter, whatever. And no disrespect to nobody. I'm just saying, like, while I've been sitting back, focused on developing my skill, I've been watching the shit show. I've been watching how pathetic people been looking online, and it's kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of sad because nobody knows this shit right here. Nobody knows this information right here. All right. I mean, there's people that know it, but you got to be in the inner circle. You got to be in the inner circle. You got to be in the group of people that know it. If you don't know it, and if you haven't been putting in the time, then you would not know. So everybody else to me is a joke, especially in the crypto community, because y'all have no idea on how these markets work. And the people that say technical analysis is some bullshit, I laugh at them too, because they have no idea. And these people are smart. These people are intelligent. These people they have great careers and all that, but you don't know everything. You can't know everything. Just like I don't know everything, but I do know this shit right here. And that's what I've been pretty much I've been, not in hiding, but I've been away. I've been away so I can get better. But this right here is buy side liquidity. All right. Above this high right here are pending orders. So whenever the market makers, and who are the market makers? In my opinion, they are large financial institutions on the central banking level. They make the markets, they drive price higher and lower. They're making money in both directions, which is something that retail can't conceive. Y'all can't, not everybody, but for the most part, retail can't even conceive that money is being made on both sides of the market. Most people can't even conceive shorting the market and selling it and making money. And that's like a paradigm shift that you have to go through. You gotta just change your paradigm and understand there's money being made on both sides of the market. So the market makers, check this out. Let me hide this right quick. Well, I'm not gonna hide that. So you see this low right here? This low right here, it formed back in let's say February 2025. And this shit just pops off of me. Once you start doing this for a long period of time, it just starts popping out at you. You can't unsee it. So this low right here, this is called sell side liquidity. All right, they had pending orders right there. You see that? They had pending orders resting below that low. What's up, TZ? Shout out to you. What's up, Nico? Nico, you said, well, damn. All right, I'm gonna put that right there. So, and I'm gonna label this right here so y'all can learn. Sell side liquidity. Label it black. All right, sell side liquidity. So what the market makers do, they're making money on both sides of the market. So they drive it down. Guess what? They drive it down and take out this low right here. You see that low? Price drives underneath it. And what are they doing? They're accumulating long positions underneath that low right here. So they're accumulating buy orders to run up to the buy side of the market, which is above the market. And they're taking profits along the way. So they're running it up. They go out, create a new all-time high, and they're offloading their longs, their buy orders from underneath here, and they're offloading their long positions up here. And then what do? They offload their long positions, and then they short the market back down. Check it out. Look at this low right here. See that low? Boom, right there. So they're buying and selling in both directions. That's what I'm pretty much trying to get y'all to understand. They're buying and selling in both directions. This is going to be continuous. It doesn't stop. This works in all markets. This does not stop. They're buying and selling, buying and selling. If it's not going higher or going lower, it's sideways trading, consolidating. And even in a consolidation, they're buying and selling on a more fractal level. All right. So they create this all-time high right here and they run it up. They offload longs to short it back down. So whenever they're offloading the long positions, what do? You see this candle right here? What does it create? Y'all tell me in the chat. What does that create? For y'all in the damn Discord and the mentorship, it's popping off at the screen at y'all. Y'all can't unsee it. But for y'all that ain't in my mentorship, which I don't know when I'm gonna open that back up. It's pretty much closed off right now. But for y'all that ain't in it, what is that candle right there? What is that candle right there? Y'all tell me in the chat. What kind of candle is this? You said a SIBI? Yeah, SIBI. Shout out to you, Shep. It's a SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So let me highlight that. After they take off long positions, now they're looking to short. They don't do it at any random level though. They do it above old highs, all right? When I see old highs being broken, I'm instantly looking to short it back down to the market. I'm doing this in different asset class, not crypto, but same shit is applying. So the market, what? Drops down, it displaces lower. And then once it displaces, look at the SIBI. How many times do we refer to the SIBI? Now, let me refer back. For you long-term investors, myself included, because I've been in this asset for years. If I would have just took my profits, well, not sell everything, but if I would have sold a nice little size of my XRP up here at 350-ish, then you pretty much could have secured a lot of capital to park on the sideline. But instead, majority of retail that are holding with a long-term perspective, I'm talking about years and decades out, you're going to have to go through all of that potential locked in capital. You're going to have to go through it to come back on you. And that's pretty much what it did. And those little small pennies, fluctuations in XRP makes a big difference if you've been in this since 20, 30 cents. If you've been in this for 20, 30 cents, those little small fluctuations in price makes a huge difference. But I know for me, I don't regret it, but I know for me, I look back at it, I'm like, damn, I could have pulled some capital out right here, and I could have utilized that capital for trading capital. But guess what? This is one of the rare and the few assets that I think long term with. Everything else, I would have sold, I would have took profits at these levels and not even thought twice about it. All right. But this particular asset, for whatever reason, I got this long-term mindset. Did I think it was going to $100 this year in 2025? No. And I think I already said it. At most 5 to 7, we didn't get that, and that's cool. I ain't making no guarantees though. One thing I did come close on was gold though. I said gold was going to $5,000, but it fell short of 4,500. But it's all good. It's all good. But you can see how it creates a SIBI. Price creates a SIBI, and then what does it do? It breaks down. It breaks down and goes into a sell model. Now, who remembers the day of October 10th? A lot of people got liquidated on this day. October 10th, 2025. A lot of people got liquidated. Well, the market makers were simply just shorting the market. That's all. They was accumulating orders at discount. Shep, no other alt is in my portfolio. One second. No other altcoin in my portfolio comes close to its highs. Only XRP. Yep. The XRP is starting to move a little bit. We'll get into it. Trying to get this out the way because I'm not going to be primarily focused on crypto. I'm focused on crypto, but we got to be more. There are other markets out here that are very fun markets outside of crypto. Crypto right now is boring as shit. Come on now, y'all got to admit it. It's boring as shit. It's very toxic. People are misleading people. So there's other things to do outside of just crypto as long as you learn this skill set. If you can learn this skill set, you can apply this to any market that you choose. So October 10th, the market sold down, and guess what it did? Look, you see these lows in the market? It came down to take out these lows to accumulate long positions. All right, so October 10th was a flash crash. It flashed down. I remember this day. This candle was crazy. In the afternoon on October 10th, I remember this. Flash crash, and then it rallied back up, and people thought it was done. No, it wasn't done. We created a SIBI right here. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Right there. Now look at this. Look at the SIBI right here. Do you see how price is respecting the middle of the fair value gap? It's not really trying to come up above the midway point. It's just respecting it. And then it breaks down. I could show you more advanced things in here, but I'm just going to hold that for now because I'm not trying to be too technical tonight. I was just trying to show you I'm alive. I'm alive. And things are well. That's all. I'm alive. And I just want to talk about some things, these geopolitical things. I ain't gonna get too crazy with it, but I'm gonna talk about it. We got another Sibian here, right here. Let me highlight that. Right there. Now I got some other shit in here I could show you, but I'm not gonna show you right now. We displaced lower. Now where did we trade to? Where was we going? Well, we created a wick time frame. Let's go out to the monthly. Yeah, man, YouTube is like this. Listen, man, yeah, it's very toxic, bro. Very toxic. Very toxic. I just been sitting back watching and just laughing and just like, I don't want no parts of that, man. It's crypto is like not the only market. Once you start developing a mindset, well, if you want to learn this skill right here, you're gonna start growing outside of just crypto. There's more shit than just crypto. There's gold, there's silver, there's copper, there's oil, there's futures markets, there's the currency markets. There's the treasury markets. There's the crypto markets. There's stocks, individual stocks. There's more things outside of just crypto that's tradable and people are making money. I've been trading gold in the futures markets. I've been trading the NASDAQ. I've accumulated silver. So how many of y'all hold silver, man? I mean, I was buying silver at like $18 to $19, but now silver shot up Q4 2025 and went to fucking $80 something. So that was pretty cool to see and be a part of, man. Like, damn, like silver's doing it. I start telling people, look at copper. Start looking at copper because copper is next. Copper was like under $1 at one point. Now it's up to $5 something, $5 and some change. So there's more things outside of crypto. And then if you're going to be in crypto, you can't be in everything. That's my thing. You can't be in everything. You need to find you at least a handful that's at least 5 solid tokens or projects or assets and ride with it. What's up, Omar? Long time no see. Got Chi-Town in the building, man. Good to see y'all, man. It's been a while. Been a while. All right, this XRP. Okay, let me give you a little quick. Where do I think XRP is going? Let's go out to the monthly. Let's see. In the meantime, I think XRP. Y'all tell me what this is right here. This is a monthly time frame. This is at minimum short term. This is a monthly time frame. What kind of candle is this right here? Y'all tell me in the chat. Shout out to you, Ryan Silver at $23. What kind of candle is this? Shep, you call it a Bissy? Okay, now watch this, Shep. I'm gonna highlight this Bissy, right? And this is what I mean. This is what I mean is levels to it, Shep. It's levels to this. So yes, at first, initially, it was a Bissy. So let's say we consolidated, we expanded higher, and then we traded down. But guess what we did? We traded directly through it. And once we trade through it, what does this become? What does this Bissy become if it fails to support price to go higher? That doesn't mean this candle, this failed. That doesn't mean that this failed. But what does this become? One second, y'all. I got a phone call. 1 second. All right, my bad, y'all. My bad. Yes, shout out to Lenny. Shout out to y'all. It's a inversion fair value gap. All right, inversion. So I'm doing a higher time frame analysis. So intraday on lower time frames, I want to see price return back to this. Now, this ain't what y'all want to see, $100 XRP, blah, blah. This is how the market moves. This is how it fluctuates day to day. So this right here was a Bissy that became inverted. We traded right through it. And just because we trade through it doesn't mean it fails or we don't use it again. I want to see price return right back into it. Do we return to it and cut through it? Well, that's a time thing. We got to wait and see. We just started a quarter. We just started the top of the year. So We got 27 days in the month left in the month of January for crypto. So we need to rally up, and I want to see a return back to this inversion fair value gap. Let's go down to the weekly. What's up, Night Owl? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all, man. So the inversion fair value gap is what I want to see price reach back for. All right, I want to see it reach back for that. What else can I see? Let's go down to the monthly. We got an inversion fair value gap, right? And then we also got this area in here, which is, you see this right here? This is a SIBI. So we got a SIBI that's resting inside of an inversion. These are all higher time frame premium and discount arrays. That's what that means. All right. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop down to the weekly. On the weekly time frame, I need to find a range. What kind of range are we in right now? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back 20 weeks. So I'm gonna start on the current candle, and I'm gonna count 20 candles back. 20. Boom, right there. All right. And when I do this, and hopefully y'all are taking notes, and hopefully y'all are paying attention. So I'm gonna count back 20 weeks on the weekly, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the highest high and the lowest low within the last 20 weeks. All right, I'm gonna find the highest high and the lowest low in the last 20 weeks. So the highest high will be right here and the lowest low right here. So let me do this. I'm gonna drop right here, Fibonacci down to this low right there. Let's go to my settings, dealer range. All right, right there. All right, I'm gonna hide some of this, remove that, remove this. All right, so what I just did was I dropped the Fibonacci from the highest high and the lowest low. This is my current range. This is my range right now that I'm operating in. You can apply this to any market that you're interested in. This is my current dealing range. So what I just did was I found a dealing range. So what does that mean? I'm only focused on this, from this high down to that low. I'm only focused on this area in the market right now. All right, right now, because y'all want to know $1,000 XRP, $100 XRP. Before we even can get to that point, y'all do realize the market moves day to day. It's like a day, it's a 24-hour day period. All right, so as you can see, each one of these candles is on a daily, weekly. I haven't even went down to the daily. So each one of these candles has 7 daily candles inside of it. So for example, we are at the current week of trading. We just began the new week, right? This candle right here that I'm highlighting, it has 7 daily candles inside of it. So do you realize how long-term this plays out, right? This is such a long-term chart that it's going to take a very long time to play out. Don't get it confused for you people that want $100 XRP overnight. All right, so this is my only area of interest right now. This is my only area of interest. And what I did was I divided the market. I divided this range from a premium to a discount. So who can tell me, what are we currently in? Which is, what are we currently in a discount, or are we currently in a premium for XRP based on the weekly dealing range? Are we currently at a discount, or are we currently at a premium for XRP based on the current dealing range that I just outlined on the weekly? Shep, discount. Why, Shep? Why, Shep? Why are we in a discount, Shep? What makes you say we in a discount? Are you just saying anything, or you know technically why? So the reason we're in a discount is because we're utilizing this Fibonacci. The midway point is the 50% level. The midway point is the 50% level of the dealing range, right? So that is the equilibrium level, meaning this level right here separates the discount side of the market and the premium side of the market. Anything above the 50% level is the premium side of the market, right? Anything below it is the discount side of the market. So right now, yes, we're hovering inside of a discount. We're in the discount. Now let me put a little bit more context to it. Let me do this. Show you some color demonstration. So I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna lighten it up right there. So the blue area in price is gonna represent premium. And I'm gonna give you another color right here. That's gonna represent discount. All right. So that's the dealing range. We're on the premium side and the discount side. So you tell, okay, all right, let's remove some shit. Let's remove some shit. I'm gonna remove the 3-month fair value gap, and I'm gonna remove these daily fair value gaps, which is green. All right, boom, right there. And this is technical science. This shit is not random. If you don't think this shit works, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So before I even drew these rectangles right here, blue and red, I showed you the Fibonacci. All right. I showed you the Fibonacci. I showed you the levels. 50% right there. You got the 75. You got the, in the 25. But once I laid these rectangles down, is it random? Is it random? Watch this. Let me remove this right here. See this rectangle over here? You see the midway point? That's the 50% of this rectangle. But once I apply it to the dealing range, like right here, is it random that the midway point of the Fibonacci and the lower half of the dealing range, they line up? Is that random? All right. Now, is it random that price trades down? Look at the midway point. Is it random that price trades down multiple times? Boom, 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 boom. 4 times. Is that random how price is respecting that? Said the chat is like a 20-second delay. I'm gonna have to look into it. I had to get a whole new setup, so I gotta still fix some things with my live stream and whatnot. Oh, what's up, Daryl, man? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody as well. I forgot to say that to y'all. Happy New Year to y'all all. I wish everybody much blessings and success going into 2026. I wish everybody has a peaceful and non-stressful year. Yes, Shep, you said algorithmic. So my point is, it's not random how price is trading in the discount portion of the dealing range. And look how it's tagging the 0.25 level, which is the bottom half of this dealing range. And all I'm using is the red and the blue to highlight the discount and premium side of the market. So yes, we've been at discount. You see this low right here? You see the swing low? That swing low was liquidity. It was a significant liquidity pool right here. See that low? What's underneath that low right there? Let me do this right quick. I got to go over here. I want to make sure my chat, should not be no delays in the chat. I don't want no delays in this. I don't know. This might be something I have to deal with later. But anyway, what does this low right here represent? This low. What does this low represent? I just talked about it. If y'all just joining, if you've been in here, I just talked about it. Anyway, below this low on the discount side of the market, this was sell side liquidity. So the market makers, they had orders underneath this low right here. Yes, Nico, liquidity. They have buy orders underneath this low. Now, if I drop down to lower time frames, it'll make more sense. Like, so for example, watch this. Let's go down to an hourly. So anything below the daily time frame is intraday price action. Intraday price action. All right. And those mega moves that you're looking for on higher time frames, they're happening all the time on lower time frames. So see this low right here? Sell side liquidity. Look at the reaction in price. You see how price initially drops down below this low? Once they break below, most of y'all would chase the market or panic. Well, crypto people is going to panic. But traders, a lot of traders, they might try to short this, all right? But what they're doing is they're accumulating longs. So after they drop it below that low, they displace it higher and they create a what? They create a what? BISI. They create a fair value gap. They create a fair value gap. Now, y'all in the Discord or y'all in the mentorship, we don't even talk about crypto, but y'all see how this shit still applies. This shit still applies to these markets as well. But look how they drop down, take out the liquidity, displace the market higher. They create a fair value gap. Now, if I was a trader, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to enter on this right here. I will be entering on that. And then guess what? Short-minded trading will be trying to get out at this high or that high right there. All right. Do you think it's random that, okay, this same fair value gap right here, this same fair value gap, and guess what, y'all, in the Discord, I just learned this myself. That first presented fair value gap, after taking out liquidity, you drag it out in time, just like we do first presented fair value gaps. You drag that out in time to the right. How many times do we refer to that fair value gap? 1, 2, 3, and then check it out. Right before we rally up, one more time, boom, just hit it, and guess what we get? Displacement. We rally up, and when we rally up, what are we attacking? We're attacking all of these highs in the market right over here. Shep, you say, wow, making it easy to understand. Yeah, man, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing for a while, making it easy for other people to understand. But check it out. We take out the liquidity. They consolidated for a few weeks, I want to say. A few weeks, yeah. They consolidated, but they're still utilizing a specific area in price. And then they eventually rally it up. And guess what? If you was buying that discount down here, you'll be up in all profit right now. Now, this is what I mean why I have no interest in holding nothing long term besides gold, silver, and XRP. That's me right now. Everything else, this is the way I look at the markets. I don't care about nothing because guess what? Moves like this can net larger returns than what you're looking for long term in any asset. Moves like this can net larger returns than what you're looking for in any asset class holding 20 years from now. Okay? This is what I'm trying to show y'all. So we accumulated down at this level, and then boom, now you see the breakout. What is it attacking? Buy side liquidity. You see all these highs in the market attacking these highs, and it's still rallying. What's the next high in the market? We just took out that one. Well, guess what? Watch price reach for this level right here. Does it stop? It all depends on what the institutions want to do. Look at it reaching for that. Now, remember what I outlined on the higher time frame on the daily, right? I want to see us rally up, on the monthly. I want to see us rally up to a specific level on the monthly. So that's the next level right there. That's 217 XRP. We're going to get that probably tonight. 217 XRP. If we keep going, look at these highs. We can get up to about 223. And then look at these highs over here in the market. We can get all the way up here to about 228. You know what I'm saying? And algorithmic. Order flow is bullish. We are in a buy program. These terms right here, you know, they're all algorithmic terms. Let's go down to a 15-minute. And as you can see on the 15-minute, price is rallying higher. We just took out that high right there. Yeah, man, clean price action right now for XRP. Y'all see it running, all right? And like, if I go back out to the daily, where can I expect it to go? Excuse me, not the daily. Let's go out to the monthly. On the monthly, I told y'all where I want to see it come. I want to see it come at minimum to this inversion fair value gap. I'm going to put that back on my chart. And you know we're in the discount range on the weekly. Let me highlight it. Where is that? Boom. No, not that one. Right there. All right. So at minimum, this ain't no, you know, I can damn near guarantee this. You know, I'm not Jake, but I can guarantee this one. I can guarantee price is going to come back up to this level right here, at least 233. I can see that. A significant high will be this high right here, last month's high. That's a key level right there. Last month's high. Right there. Now let's go back down to a 1 hour. And what would that high be? Boom, right there. Those highs right there. All right. So those highs right there. What you laughing at, Daryl, man? What you laughing at? It's been a wild, wild west in this environment lately, man. I'm just here to, you know, clear the airway. But yeah, last month's high, these levels right here, that's more short-term minded. I could see us going to that level. Let me go out to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, you're probably going to see cleaner market structure. So on the 4 hour, you can see this retracement down. What did this retrace down to? Y'all let me know in the chat. It retraced down to a specific level. Highlight, you can see it right there. I can highlight it. 4 hour BISI. It's not random. Price displaces higher, comes back, filling the gap. All right, you want to get more technical. Remember the ghost pools? Y'all remember that? Yep. You see this wick right here? We go even deeper. Right there. Y'all in the I'm gonna get with y'all in the Discord or whatnot, but I also learned something else. I learned something else over the weekend. But you see how these ghost pools, you can divide them up into quadrants. Well, guess what? They can also be divided into eighths. So I have to show y'all that in private, but it can get way more advanced when you divide these into eighths. Let me see my notebook right quick. Let me see if I can find my notebook. I'm just gonna add some levels right quick. Open my notebook up. This shit gets deep, man. Y'all want to learn this, man? I will say tap in, but I might open it back up in the near future. But right now, you know, if you can just learn right now while I'm doing it for free, definitely learn for free. But I'm gonna add some more levels to this, which are the eighths. I know, it gets crazy. I'm gonna add some more levels to this Fibonacci. I'm gonna add the 0.125. I'm gonna add the 0.375. I'm at a 0.625. And then I'm gonna add a 0.875. All right, now watch this. Wait, something's off. I did something wrong. 1 second. Let me do this. Settings. 125 375 625. All right, something seems off right quick. Something seems off. Oh, okay, right there. I see. Let me fix this. Why did I mess that up? 0.875. All right, right there we go, right there. So if you want to get really like, I mean, you already know, y'all in the Discord, you already know the quadrants and how to divide that up. But now you can add eighths, and you can see there's more of. I'm gonna drop down the lower time frame to show you, but look how it drops down. And do y'all think it's random? All right, do you think it's random that price goes to this level right here, 6.25? Boom, just like that. Imagine being a trader or somebody, you know, let's just drop down a lower time frame. Let's go down to a 5 minute. Let's go down to a 5 minute. Let's go down to a 5 minute, and you can see how price drops down and tags specific levels. Now look at this level right here. You see this? You see this low right here? Now look at this low right here. Y'all see this? Y'all see this low? Y'all press 1 if y'all see this low right here. Y'all see this swing low and how it tags the 0.625 level right there? Y'all see that? Y'all press 1 if y'all see that. Waiting on y'all. Y'all press 1 if y'all can see that. Okay, shout out to you, Lenny. I just needed some feedback. Make sure y'all watching. So look at this low right here. Now let's look all the way to the left. And when we look to the left, what is it that y'all see? What is this right here? What is this right here? What is that right there? Y'all know what that is? Okay, that's a BISI. That's a BISI. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. But look at the precision, okay? Look at the precision. And all of these candles right here, these are order blocks as well. All right, all of these candles are order blocks. But look at this BISI right here. And then look at the precision, how we drop down into that wick on the 4 hour. And then we rally up from that. Is that not precision? Let's go back out to the 4 hour. Is that not precision? Now that's what it looks like on the 4 hour, just like that. It's the little details and you know, it's the little details. And all I did was just measure this wick right here. And then inside of that wick, can you even see that BISI that I outlined? You can't see it, can you? But what you have to do is you have to drop down the lower time frames, and there it is. And then you get more precision. You get more precision when you're trying to, you know, if you're trading, look for entry points. And I'm mainly promoting trading. It's time for y'all that are long-term investors. And if you watch me, it's time for you to grow up and take that leap of faith and tap into this more advanced skill set. Because I mean, you know, you got to roll up your sleeves and put in the work. Everything else, sitting back, waiting with your thumb up your ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just, those days are, you know, that's why a lot of y'all are frustrated, because you're just sitting back, frustrated with XRP or whatever you're invested in. And all it takes is for you to roll up your sleeves a little bit more and see how much detail is into this. Shep, says delay. It's all good. It's all good. We're going to work through it, Shep. We're going to work through the delay. It's all good. All right. But yeah, man, precision. But y'all in the Discord, I'll go over that with y'all. The precision element, you already know the quadrants, but the eighths. And what I just did was I broke it down to more details. All right, that's XRP. Let's go out to the monthly. I'm just presenting concepts to y'all. If I wanted to, let's do this right quick. Let's do this. Let's measure this wick right here on the monthly. And bring the eighth. Boom, just like that. Make it a little thicker. All right. So this wick, all I'm doing is measuring this wick. When you zoom in, when price traded down to the 0.375 level, is that random? No, I don't think that's random. Let's go down to the weekly. On the weekly, you can see these levels being worked. You know what's funny? When you're a trader, you can be trading, check it out, as a scalper or as a day trader, you can be finding positions between this level right here and this level right here. Do y'all realize that as traders, you could be finding positions between levels right there to right there. All right. That will be 1,423, I would say points, but drops for XRP. 1,423 drops. But as a trader, that translates into many points. Oh shit, Lenny. Now Lenny, you know you don't got to do that now, but I appreciate it. Thanks for spending so much time with us, sharing all your knowledge. It's been life changing. Appreciate it, Lenny. Appreciate it. But Lenny, you ain't got to do that, man. You ain't got to do that, but I appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. I mean, I can handle small groups in my mentorship. I can handle small groups of people. I don't know when I'm gonna open it back up because the people that we already got, we pretty much locked in. And yeah, man, it's been a lot. It's been a journey. My first round of this has been a journey. So I would say that. But I definitely got a passion for this and helping other people do this. So if you can just watch my channel and learn for free. And I give up my sources. So however I'm learning this, I give up the source and all that because I don't feel the need to hold anything back. I give everybody every detail on learning how to do this. So of course I got a mentor and I give up my mentor and all sources. So it's nothing to hide because it's up to you at the end of the day to learn this. And there's levels to this shit. And I don't think people really realize how much detail. And for y'all that are in the Discord, y'all realize how much I'm not even talking about the real shit. I'm not talking about everything that needs to know about the markets. I'm just giving a surface level review and analysis on the market. So to sum up XRP right quick, just to sum up this XRP, I want to see at minimum come up and trade back into this inversion fair value gap on the monthly. That might disappoint some of y'all, but it is what it is because you got to understand what kind of profile the market is in. It's not really creating, crypto right now is not creating large ranges. What do I mean by that? Crypto right now isn't doing this right here, where every week it's creating large ranges. You see that? Right now, crypto is being held in tight ranges. So whenever we're in tight ranges, it's a day-by-day thing. You got to go week by week, day by day. This is a weekly chart, and this kind of looks like a daily chart. All right, so let's go down to the daily. So on the daily, if you develop a more day trading mindset and a short-term mindset, there are numerous of opportunities in any market that you're looking at. There's many opportunities to make cash flow and capital, pretty much taking advantage of these short-term moves like this. All right, that's what I'm pretty much trying to get at. But of course, a lot of people say, well, I don't have time for that. And, you make time for what you want to make time for. I would say that. You're going to make time for what you want to make time for. You're going to make time for what you want to make time for. So, all right, that's XRP. Anything else before I move on to crypto? I'm not going to look at all. I'm mainly, as far as crypto, I'm going to look at probably, let me show you. When it comes to crypto, I'm going to come over here to the, let's go to the CME. And for all the hype and all the bullshit, everybody out there, the hype, because a lot of the shit done died down in crypto. I don't hear about the meme coins no more. Where's Dogecoin? Where's Shiba? A lot of that shit has died down. But if you want to stay focused and lock in on the markets or the cryptos that have importance, me personally, I look at the CME because I trade CME products as a futures trader. So I mainly focus on the CME, and the CME has derivatives of the largest markets in the world, the most important markets of the world at that. So what I would do is I'll come to the CME, and you see where it says cryptocurrency. All right, go to cryptocurrency. And pretty much the markets, if I'm going to cover crypto, I'm only going to cover the main markets that the CME is talking about. Yep, but yes, there's going to be other markets in the future, but there's no point in being in everything. I like to look at Bitcoin. I like to look at Ethereum. I like to look at XRP. Those are major three. I like to look at HBAR. I got some favorites in there: HBAR, XDC, XLM. But for the most part, the ones that have been acknowledged is like Solana. What else they got? Bitcoin, Ether, Solana, XRP. All right. What else we got? There's more products. I'm trying to look at all their products, the ones that they acknowledge. Anyway, I haven't looked at this in a while. Find out more. Let's go find out more. Anyway, just come to the CME group. If you got your favorite crypto, cool, whatever. But as far as me doing analysis on all the crypto product, nah, I'm not into that. I only want to follow the major assets that are institutionally acknowledged. And other than that, I'm not interested in, because I'm also in other markets. I got to keep up with gold. I got to keep up with silver. I got to keep up with the equities. So there's other things that I'm interested in outside of just crypto. All right. So maybe I'll look at Bitcoin, give a more high macro perspective on Bitcoin right quick. This is go out to a 3 month. On the 3 month time frame on Bitcoin, we traded up. Created all time highs on Bitcoin. We went to 126,000 on this particular chart and exchange, and we broke down. Watch this. If I highlight this from a day trader's perspective, let's say this high right here, that's buy side liquidity. All right. So we created this high back in third quarter, 2025, and then in the fourth quarter we rallied up, took out that high, and then we sold down into discount, trading down into this bullish order block. All right. So once I drop down to, let's say, a monthly, that's what it looks like on the monthly. We rallied up, we consolidated, went up, took out that high, sold off. All right. Let's go down to a weekly. Same thing on the weekly. Rallied up, took out all-time highs, broke down. Let's go down to a daily. This is what it looks like on the daily. So, okay, now that we're on the daily, we rallied up, took out buy side liquidity. Same thing. They offload their longs, just like I just showed you on XRP. They offload their long positions and price breaks down. You see that? See that? And once it breaks down, what does it form right here? What is this candle right here? Y'all tell me in the chat. And this is what I mean by this shit repeats in all markets. Repeats in all markets. But yes, it creates a SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. All right. Trade up into it once, twice, and then we roll over and go lower. All right. When we're selling off, what are they doing? They're taking out their long. Anybody that was long leverage trading and holding long positions, they're taking them out on the short side. They're selling it to them. And yes, you can go trade Bitcoin futures, and hey, nobody's complaining. Who's complaining if you're making money in these shorts? But that's the thing with a lot of retail. They're scared to short the market. They have no concept or no idea of shorting. It's some type of stop button internally that won't let people short the market. But people like me, I'm not fearful of that. I'm going to go in here and short this, and I'm going to aim for people that's going long. I'm going to attack their liquidity. And guess what? We drop down into a higher time frame discount level. And there we are at discount. Just like XRP, we're leaving discount and we're rallying up to go up to premium levels. Go out to the monthly. On the monthly, at minimum, trade back into this level right here. Boom, at minimum. So if I was day trading, what would I be targeting? I would be targeting this high right here and this inversion gap. I would be targeting that inversion gap. Now, is crypto done selling off? That's the thing. Is crypto done selling off? Well, it's kind of 50-50 right now. They might want to keep this in the sell program. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but they might want to keep this in the sell program. So it's 50-50. All right. So how do you determine that? Let's go down to the weekly. I'm going to give you a 20 week range. All right. The 20-week range will be from this high right here down to this low right there. That's a 20-week range. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide these. All right. So are we, for Bitcoin, are we in a discount or are we in a premium? Well, it's clear as day where we're at. We're in a discount, right? We're in a discount on Bitcoin. We hit a high time frame level. This right here, this level that I have shaded in pink. Let's go out to the the monthly. That level that I have shaded in pink, what level is that? What is this right here? A high time frame fair value gap, right? BISI. We traded down into it. Let's go down to the weekly. That's what it looks like on the weekly. All right. We're keying off a high time frame level in a discount. And now we're rallying up. I want to see price come into this little area right here in price in the market. Can we trade through it? Sure. They can drive it higher. Let me know. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. As a trader, as an analyst, you have to be able to adjust your narrative, your bias. So they're in control. They're providing liquidity to the market. It's my job, it's your job to get in sync with what they're doing. And on a dime, they can switch up what they're doing. And what you have to be nimble, you have to have the skill set and the nimbleness to adjust your bias and adjust to what they're doing to get in sync with what they're doing. We're riding their coattails. So that's essentially what you're doing as a trader, as a smart money trader. You're getting in sync with what they're doing. So right now they drop it down to discount and they're driving it higher. So you want to have a draw on liquidity, which means simply what is price reaching for? And right now I see price reaching for this little SIBI right here in the market. Right there. I'm seeing price reaching for that. So if I was a day trader, what would I do? I go down to the daily. All right. So each one of these candles has 24 hours. The current candle has 22 hours left. I would go down to a 4 hour. Now on the 4 hour, you can see price retrace. And when it retrace like this, let's hypothetically say, hey, I wanted to buy or enter the trade right here. All right, I want to enter my trade right there and then rally up. Did my music in? What the hell? Let me see right quick. I got to put it on a loop. Yep. All right, we good. So yeah, let's say I want to enter. Let's say I want to enter this area right here on the 4 hour. That will be my entry point to go long, to reach for that daily area. You see this area right here in price? I would be looking for an entry point to at least come up to these levels up here to take profit. That's what I would be doing. All right. Let me speed this up because I don't have all night. I got to get ready for what I got to do. So that's Bitcoin. Hopefully y'all are learning. If you miss anything, go back and watch the channel. Let's look at oil right quick. So as y'all know, we had a geopolitical event last night. Or was that last night? Over Friday, one of these nights, I forget. But you know, we went into Venezuela, us in the United States, and you know, I think it's a no telling what it is. You know, everybody has an opinion, but it always going to come back down to the resources. You're seeing oil being the main topic about Venezuela, and also gold. I've been seeing gold. So apparently Venezuela has a ton of gold, and so all of to me, all of that's up for grabs. All of that's up for grabs. So I'm looking at this market right here, the oil market. I'm looking at it from a long term perspective. Oil is a volatile market. You don't know what the fuck it's gonna do. This is one market I would not trade. It's more of an event market. One second, y'all. One second. My bad, y'all. My bad. Daryl, you said they went in there like some ninjas. Yeah, man. They said that shit took like 30 minutes to 3 hours. The shit went 3 hours, but they went and got Maduro in 30 minutes. So yeah, man. I mean, shit. They got China, they got Russia on. Russia went into Ukraine, and that shit lasted a few years. So you know what I'm saying. And I would like to get into that Palantir, man. Like, come on now, you already know. Let's go. Let me pull up Palantir right quick. You already know. In order to pull the type of drill that they pulled off, they was definitely using Palantir. That's just my opinion. I can't tell you that for fact, but I think they was using Palantir. That's just my opinion. Let me pull up Palantir. Where's Palantir at? Right here. Let's go look at their stock. All right. So Palantir, man, I had to do some research over the weekend. I'm like, yeah, they're definitely using Palantir. They went in there. I mean, how can you beat somebody who's using Palantir unless you develop your own version of it? But man, I feel like Skynet is here and our military is no longer ran by people. I mean, it's ran by people, but they're using AI to do most of the planning and strategy. That's what I think. That's what I think. What y'all think? Y'all think our military is using? They're not using Palantir to do these operations? Cause I do. There's no man. That shit was so highly coordinated. I mean, from the sea to the ground to the cyber, they had that shit so coordinated. Do y'all realize that? And a conventional war would not go well in Venezuela. I don't think so. Like if a random nation had to go in Venezuela, I don't think it would be like it'll be a struggle conventionally, ground to ground, gun to gun. But through technology and shit like that, and Palantir and the superiority, I mean, shit. Come on, man. Like, that's almost scary, y'all. It's almost scary. Like, I think the United States is flexing on a whole nother level at this point. I think they putting the world on notice. Like, and I think all presidents they on high edge right now. When you talk about like Cuba, you talking about like just different nations. I think everybody's on edge because we can. You mean we could just go in a country and take their president and the wife and bring them back to the fucking United States and hold them in court and to send them to ADX in Colorado, Supermax. ADX Supermax. That's where Maduro is going. ADX Supermax. Don't nobody want to go there, man. Like, I don't. To be honest, man, that's one of those things where it's like I don't even bring this on my worst enemy, man. ADX, shit. But they definitely put the world on notice, and they're definitely utilizing Palantir. And I think it's like, man, that shit is scary, man. Palantir is Skynet, y'all. It's Skynet. And I was watching the video that was saying how they have to give it limitations. Like, it could really be autonomous. Like, it doesn't really need humans, but they got to put those controls in. Like, they got to leave it to the humans to make the decisions. But they could remove all human control and give it full autonomy. And then to me, at that point, it'll be just doing some crazy shit. But yeah, man, I think that's interesting. We living in some interesting times. And whoever holds Palantir, man, they're retracing it right now. Let me go on to the 3 month. All right, let's go to the 6 month. All right, just retracing for now. Shep, you say, yeah, it feels nice. It feels safe in our country from other countries. Others talk tough, but USA just does it. Nah. Look, Shep. You don't think they're also using this against the citizens? They're surveilling. Come on now. Once you get power like that, you want complete power. You want complete control. So it's like, yeah, tyrannical governments. You take that as you want. They're gonna use that against their population. So they're already using it. The CIA, the FBI, all these agencies are using Palantir, and it's scary, man. It's scary. Let me see if I can find a quick video for y'all. Let me see right quick. Y'all bear with me. I had posted it in my Discord chat too. Palantir is. 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna play something for y'all. Y'all tell me. You be the judge if we're not using this shit or not. Okay. And in this recent operation in Venezuela, to me, they use Palantir.
Palantir isn't some little contractor helping the government with boring back-end IT. They are building the operating system for modern warfare, and they've quietly embedded themselves into the bloodstream of the Pentagon, NATO, and half the Western world's defense infrastructure. So let's unpack the most insane defense products Palantir has built, the stuff they don't put in their press releases. From battlefield AI to orbiting surveillance nets, you're about to see how a company with 0 weapons, 0 tanks, and 0 jets is outmaneuvering the entire military-industrial complex with code. Let's start with something so insane it sounds fake. Palantir built an AI system that talks like ChatGPT, but it's trained for war. It's called AIP, the Artificial Intelligence Platform. AIP, the Artificial Intelligence Platform, and if that name sounds boring, it's because Palantir intentionally undersells it. Because what AIP actually does is wild. AIP is deployed into live military environments. It's plugged into drone fleets, targeting systems, logistics networks, and satellite imagery. And it's trained to think like a battlefield commander. Let me walk you through the official Palantir demo. And yes, this is real, and it's being used by NATO and the US Department of Defense right now. So you're an operator. You log into AIP, it flags an alert. Enemy forces are massing near the border. So you type, "What are my options?" A few seconds.
That's the same shit I talk to ChatGPT. I'll be like, okay, what are the options? I tell ChatGPT, what's my options? Do you mean to tell me they're utilizing fucking... It's just crazy, man. It's crazy the times we're living in. And countries that do not have this, they're in trouble, okay? They're in trouble. And I think we're too confident. That's why Trump is so cocky right now. If y'all don't realize, Trump is so fucking cocky. He's so arrogant about, we just gonna kill everybody. We're gonna go in, we're gonna snatch a president up. That's because we're utilizing shit like this.
Seconds later, AIP hits you with 3 fully developed military options, including real-time maps, force estimates, suggested countermeasures, and whether or not you've got enough Javelin missiles in inventory to execute the strike. Then it asks, do you want me to dispatch the drone? Do you want me to jam enemy comms? Do you want a kinetic response or a recon mission? It's basically a combat strategist with plugins. This thing compresses a 6-hour staff briefing into 60 seconds. It pulls from live sensors, previous battle history, satellite feeds, classified briefings, and talks to you like it's just helping plan dinner. Except the dinner is a missile strike, and the guest list is getting vaporized. But wait, isn't this dangerous as hell? Yes, obviously. Even Palantir admits this thing is a loaded gun with an AI brain. That's why they've built guardrails. AIP can't pull the trigger. It can suggest, simulate, task assets. But humans still make the final call for now. So AIP is the brain. But what about the eyes? In modern war, if you don't see first, you die first. And Palantir's answer to that is a goddamn orbital AI hive mind. It's called meta-constellation. It turns space itself into a weaponized AI surveillance system. Meta Constellation connects hundreds of commercial, government, and military satellites into a single global sensor web. But it's not just collecting data. It's deciding what to look at, when, and why. It's like Google Earth if it had a brain, a mission, and a kill count. And the best part? The analysis doesn't wait for humans. AI models run on the edge, meaning satellite data is processed before it even hits Earth. No waiting for intel officers to scroll through images. By the time it lands, the data is already flagged and labeled. And Ukraine is already using this in the war with Russia. Their forces are using Palantir's Meta Constellation plus AI P-Stack to spot enemy armor and satellite feeds, match coordinates with artillery ranges, and execute pinpoint strikes. This whole thing is about reacting faster than the enemy and turning a war of numbers into a war of information. And Palantir built the system that makes the entire planet observable and actionable at the speed of thought. Before the satellites, before the battlefield AI, there was Gotham, the original beast. The software
So Gotham is Shep. You were saying, you could sleep good at night because knowing that we got to. No, Gotham is what these local agencies. I mean, not local. These federal agencies are using to surveil on the public, the citizens. So, yeah, this ain't just being used in warfare. This is also being used on the general public. So, yeah, man.
so powerful, so paranoid, so freakishly good at connecting dots that the CIA, NSA, FBI, and DoD all became addicted to it. This was Palantir's first child, born from the wreckage of 9/11, raised by spies and deployed by armies. Gotham is a data fusion platform, but that doesn't even begin to describe what it's capable of. Imagine this. You've got 17,000 pages of surveillance logs, a blurry CCTV frame from Istanbul, 2 intercepted phone calls, a gas station purchase from 6 weeks ago, and a rental car registration in Nevada. All of that means nothing in isolation. But Gotham can connect the dots and say, these 3 suspects know each other, this one has ties to a known extremist, and they're all converging on a safe house 2.3 miles from a US embassy. This is the software that let the military dismantle IED networks in Afghanistan by analyzing troop movement, bomb patterns, and cell tower pings. Gotham is also used by ICE to track illegal immigrants, by local police to analyze crime patterns, and by every 3-letter agency that shows up in redacted files and conspiracy forums. This is the kind of tool that doesn't ask for your data. It just pieces it together from what's already floating around. Your social graph, your travel history, your grocery bill. If you've left a breadcrumb trail, Gotham can probably trace it. No subpoena, no knock, just inference. While everyone's drooling over generative AI, Gotham is still the dark wizard in the back room, stitching timelines, tagging threats, and quietly being the eyes and ears of US global power. It's not sexy anymore. It's just everywhere, like gravity. So we've seen the brain and the eyes, but how do you run a war? Like, not just killing bad guys, but moving entire armies, tracking supplies, managing troops, coordinating air, sea, land, and cyber all at once. That's where Foundry and Vantage come in. This is the back-end AI logistics beast that makes sure the right people, weapons, and fuel show up at the right place before shit hits the fan. Think of Palantir's Foundry as a giant military brain that doesn't kill, but it makes killing possible. Every modern army is drowning in data from repair logs, troop health reports, inventory spreadsheets, HR records, and even cafeteria menus. Foundry takes in the chaos, processes it, and delivers coherent, real-time answers, like which units are combat ready, which soldiers haven't slept in 3 days, where the missing artillery ammo is, and who's most likely to quit next quarter. And then it goes one step further. Foundry predicts the future. It runs models to forecast readiness, morale, supply shortages, maintenance failures, all the invisible dominoes that collapse wars from the inside. Now take all that Foundry magic and slap a custom skin on it for the US Army. That's Vantage, the Army's command and control data platform running off Foundry's brain. Over 100,000 Army users are on this system right now. Commanders use it to monitor readiness across the entire force, move resources across continents, track deployment cycles, and even manage recruitment, personnel trends, and unit fatigue. Vantage is like Football Manager, but with tanks and lives on the line. With Foundry and Vantage in play, War isn't just about who has more troops. It's about who has better data and who can make the right decision faster. If AIP is Palantir's combat brain, Foundry is the logistical bloodstream, and Vantage is the commander's God view dashboard.
So pretty much, man, if you don't have nothing to this level, if you don't have nothing to that level of Palantir, it's just making war efficient with speed. Nobody really stands a chance. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, man, shout out to y'all that's invested in Palantir. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of those that I would not sell. Palantir would be one of those assets or stocks that I would not even sell because the trajectory. I mean, what's the long-term dominance of this shit? Is it like the next couple hundred years? That's what you got to really look at. Will they tokenize this data on DAG? That's a good question, Lenny. Yeah, man, it's a lot, man. So from a trader's or investor's perspective, you can be investing in all of this shit. It got to make sense, though. It got to make sense. And Palantir makes sense. All right. Before I get up out of here, let's look at gold. Gold. I predicted that gold would go to 5,000 by the end of 2025. I think we went up to about what was the high? We went up to about 4,550. So I was like 400 and some change off. Almost, but I can see us getting there shortly as well. Gold. Look at price action on gold, y'all. Look at the price action on gold. It's really getting out of reach. It's getting ridiculous. So it's harder to own gold right now. So if you own it, shout out to you. If you can get some scrap gold, get what you can. Get what you can. Nothing really to analyze on gold. We do trade gold. I do trade gold futures, derivatives. So I'll save that for another day where we can break this market down and get into short-term trading. I think one tick on gold, a large contract with gold is like $10 per tick. So for every 1 point on gold, that's $100. Very expensive. And then there's micro gold for y'all that are brand new and want a little exposure to trading gold. You can trade micro gold contracts where every point is $1. So, every point is $10, which is $1 per tick. For the large gold, every point is $10. Every point is $100. So it'll be $10 per tick. So y'all tap in if y'all interested in gold. Silver stole the show in the fourth quarter to me. Fourth quarter of 2025, silver stole the show as it rallied up to about, silver went up to about $84. Went up to about $84. It's still in a buy program. I think it's going to continue to rally up in the rest of 2026. So I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if silver can hit $150 sometime in 2026. I would not be surprised. Yeah, man, it's a wealth transfer, y'all. It's a wealth transfer. If you don't hold certain assets, then you're gonna, it's getting bad out here, man. The economy ain't doing too good. It ain't looking good. Shep, yeah, I have a Discord. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I got Discord. You got to sign up to the Patreon though. Got a Discord. What else? I was looking at the treasury market. The treasuries are looking very bearish. So if the treasuries start to come down lower, that's going to bring strength to the dollar. And if the dollar goes higher, that will be a risk-off environment where assets will start to show weakness. But the treasury market is a long-term market. I would like to see the treasury start to come up, which will bring the dollar down, which will bring assets up higher. So that's what I want to see, to be honest. I need them to print money into the economy, but right now they're chasing oil right now and other assets, commodities. So yeah, man, what's the interest rates looking like? Let me see. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Guess I got to do this. All right, I'm gonna go over here to this website called globalrates.com. Let's go look at the central bank interest rates. And right now we're looking at the interest rates. Let's go to the US, the world reserve currency, United States dollar. Where is it at? Oh, American Central Bank, United States. Right now, the current rate is 3.75%. We just last had an interest rate change back in December. Let's go to the economic calendar to see when will be the next rate announcement. Do we have one this month? Oh, before I get to that, the third week of this month, we got World Economic Forum meetings. So we got the annual WEF meetings. That's why we're probably seeing shit take off ahead of this. This is going to be a weird month. All right. We're going to go into a weird month where things might be very volatile. I don't know what comes out of these meetings. I don't know what the theme of the meetings are this year. So I'm sure I can go to the World Economic Forum website. Let's do that. Go to their website. I haven't been to their website in about a year, so that's crazy. I remember talked about them last year. Connecting global leaders to make sense of the global challenges and move the world forward together. All right, we tackle global spotlight. 5 defining questions for 2026. This is on the World Economic Forum. Let's go look. As Davos 2026 approaches, I just want the main key points. What's the 5? How can we cooperate in more contested world? How can we cooperate in a more contested world? All right, logistics emergency teams 20 years on, materials as a new frontier for cooperation, regional cooperation, Radio Davos on war and peace. That's funny, huh? As the world becomes more dysfunctional with war, this is what they're going to be talking about. How can we unlock new sources of growth? How can we better invest in people? That's a lie. How can we deploy innovation at scale and responsibly? How can we build prosperity with planetary boundaries? So those are things they're going to be talking about at Davos, I'm sure. AI paradoxes, 5 contradictions to watch in 2026 and why AI's future isn't straightforward. Materials is the new frontier for international collaboration. Materials like that oil. Let's look. Managing materials is uncertain in uncertain times. I'm gonna have to go through this at another time. Maybe when I read through this and I'll come back live and talk about it. But that's a headline. I'm just reading headlines. I think that's interesting. I'm sure as we get closer to Davos, they're going to switch their website up and we're probably going to see more details. Meetings. Let's look at meetings. World Economic Forum annual meeting. Let's look at this. January 19th through the 23rd. So pretty much all those talking points I just talked about. How can we cooperate in a more contested world? How can we unlock sources of growth? So these are going to be the main talking points at this year's World Economic Forum, which I'm sure there's going to be. I don't know if any crypto leaders are going to be invited this year, I'm sure. But it's like crypto, I think is already planned and set. And it's just a time window. They got to figure out other things because it's not all about crypto. That's what I'm trying to get to y'all. Crypto folks. It's not all about crypto. It's about geopolitics. It's about that new world order as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's about a lot of different things, and a lot of things have to be figured out before we move in the age of full-blown AI, full-blown crypto blockchain. It's all going to roll out at once. And is it time yet? Well, I think we're getting closer, but I can't put a date. I can't put a date to it. So I'm not the one to figure out, okay, when is it going to happen? No, we just got to wait and see. In the meantime, you got to live life, man. You got to live life. So, yeah. Back to this website right here. I wanted to see, do they have Venezuela on here? Nah, Venezuela isn't on here. Yeah. We got conflict in Iran. Y'all want to look out for Iran. Their currency is starting to get a little weaker. So there are uprisings going on in Iran. There has been, I think Venezuela is going to collapse. They're going to let it collapse. That's just me. And when I say collapse, regime change, government, it's going to be turmoil in Venezuela. There's going to be turmoil in Iran, and all these things could pretty much go outside of their borders and probably affect other regions of the world. So that's something to watch out for. It's unfortunate, but it's definitely something to watch out for. Let me look at the stock market right quick. Let's look at let's say the NASDAQ. Let's go look at the NASDAQ right quick. As you can see, the NASDAQ continuing to be parabolic, and it just keeps going up, 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 up. Very bullish. All right, excuse me. That's the S&P. That's the S&P 500, and then we got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ pretty much doing the same thing. They follow each other pretty much step by step. So these markets, as they print money, as they flow money from one asset class to another, this is the main asset class. These markets are in the hundreds of trillions of dollars. So very liquid markets, way more liquid than cryptocurrency. So that's why we trade those markets. Other than that, man, I appreciate y'all joining, man. It's been a while. I'll probably be a little bit more consistent, but I'm still on the behind the scenes, developing my skill set, still coaching other people. So that's where I'll be at. But when I do go live, I appreciate y'all joining every time. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all stay safe. I wish y'all a great year and a great, I wish y'all a year ahead and prosperity and success. And I advise everybody that watch me to learn this skill set, because this skill set is invaluable. It goes a long way, and times are only going to get harder for a lot of people. So if you're in that class of people that you need to be finding alternative opportunities, or you might be somewhere in a good position and you just want to add new skills to your toolbox, then learning technical analysis and learning how to trade is one of those options. Learning money management, learning psychology, because there's a lot of psychology that goes into trading. So definitely tap in. Y'all tap into my Discord. I think the link is in my bio on YouTube. Tap into the Discord and the Patreon. So appreciate y'all joining. I look forward to seeing y'all on the next one. Peace out.